Whoa!
It seems that developers Shiny Entertainment decided that the first Earthworm Jim was not zany or difficult enough, so they decided to make a sequel. It was time for Earthworm Jim 2, the second in our Invertebrate Heroes series of side-scrolling classics for 16-bit systems across the world. So, this game is about Jim after he beat the crap out of that disgusting insect queen, pulsating, bloated, festering, sweaty, pus-filled, malformed slug for a butt. Yes, that's her name. And so for a time, the universe is at peace, and EJ is kicking it at his pad with the girl of his dreams, Princess What's-Her-Name. But that dirty, ugly flying rodent Psycrow decides he's gonna rain in on EJ's party and kidnaps her. So now it's time for Jim to save the day all over again, the lucky guy.
Groovy!
This time he's got help from his disgusting green buddy Snott, a glob of mucus with the ability to use himself as a parachute and a swinging rope in lieu of Jim's head. This sequel to one of the more successful side-scrolling platformers of the early 90s is even more like a Nicktoons cartoon with the improved graphics and sound, and features less bosses in favor of mind-bending puzzles and off-the-wall humor and themes that the game uses to appeal to a certain audience. Mainly the audience that listens to a lot of Primus and used to watch a lot of Saturday morning cartoons. It's no joke, you'll be using pigs as weights, bouncing puppies off of pillows into a funnel, and running into villains from the first Earthworm Jim like Evil the Cat and Bob the Killer Goldfish. Levels are full of bizarre twists and turns, each with their own irreverent name like Anything But Tangerines or The Villy People, where Jim takes the form of a blind salamander that hovers in midair through an intestinal tract. You'll do more of the same from the first EJ, blasting away bad guys, swinging from snot-stained surfaces, and laughing a lot. Particularly silly is the puppy love level, where the sick and twisted Psycrow is tossing puppies out of a shack. You must bounce them off a huge pillow into a funnel that your sidekick Peter Puppy is holding. If you drop too many of them, Peter won't like it, and he'll turn into a monster of a hound and take away 30% of your life. At the same time, you have to bounce bombs off the pillow so that the purple anthropomorph will toss it at the boss. Other than what I mentioned, you'll just have to play the game to understand why I think the Earthworm Jim series is kind of like a cousin to 90s cartoons like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy, full of double entendres and ridiculous, surreal overtones that will quickly make you a fan of the burly invertebrate that has not only spawned a successful video game franchise, but also a decent animated series that I used to catch on Saturday mornings as a kid. A special thanks to Crazy Bob's Music Emporium in Langley, British Columbia, Canada, for this kind donation. With a name like Crazy Bob's, there's no doubt that they enjoyed Earthworm Jim 2 for a reason.